Hello everybody, Frouwo here, bringing you game number 2 now of EoT Gaming Hammer Team versus Zephyr Dota. And yeah, we're going to be playing in the winners bracket finals. This is not the round 4 as the top part states, and it's nor is it match 3. This is second game of this. And yeah, so Zephyr going to be facing off against EoT. Zephyr up 1-0 right now. It's top in the bands though. I'm falling a bit behind. EoT picking up or banning at the Slark, the Lifestealer, the Nyx, the Dragonite, and the Gyro. Bans out from Zephyr have been the OD, the Alchemist, the Shadow Demon, Storm Spirit, and the Bane. And in the meantime, EoT picking up the Prophet, the Mirana, the Venator, the Invoker, and the Rubik. And Zephyr in the meantime picking up the Visage, the Crystal Maiden, the Clockwork, the Magnus. And now we're waiting on one last hero, and it's going to be the Andy Mage. Or Zephyr, so Corey can be playing the Andy Mage. And it's going to be interesting. It seems we're going to have a carry Invoker, or maybe Orvar just going to be playing it in the mid lane while Jumong plays the carry Mirana in the safe lane. But we'll wait and see on that, of course. Can't make too many calls too early. And yeah, otherwise than that, like really other standard roles we've seen thus far out of Zephyr as far as their hero choices go. But let's start with EoT introductions. We're going to have Jumong on the Mirana. We're going to have Pyong on the Venomancer, RY on the Invoker. And Cast going to be playing the Rubik. And Chrissy, in the meantime, going to be in the top lane with the Prophet. And RY indeed is going to be playing the solo mid Invoker at this point. So, interesting. I believe this has happened before, but I guess Invoker is not one of Jumong's well-known heroes. And he pulled a lot of regen and getting that Null Talisman up early. Meantime, Blitz picking up that Magnus for the solo mid, and we're going to have Purge again on the Crystal Maiden, Corey on, of course, the Anti-Mage, and Bambo on the Visage for the second time now. And Dios in the meantime going to be in that top lane for the second time as well. So it's going to be Trine versus Trine here. Will be interesting to see who can pull off the better combos, but Zephyr lacking in castable stuns really. They do have the Frostbite, which isn't a stun, but similar to it. You can leap out of Frostbite, so I mean, it's that.
The battle begins.
But yeah, you have to live through Rubik, so. And Rubik, just grab the solution here. You don't want to contest that against the Rubik as uh-oh. Curry taking a right click from the Treants. Nice Treants look like little like fungi stormtroopers kind of things, the way they walk. Of course, not going to walk anymore that I said that. And yeah, so we're going to see the Shrine pan out. Corey likely just going to go for the Poorman's Shield as early as he can so we can get some of those extra early farms. Could actually just see some very early game pressure out of this Andy Mage as they do have the Magnus, who will give him 100% cleave, or what's it say in the tooltip? Give him nearly 50% cleave with the Empower and the bonus damage, and in the meantime Rubik kills the Visage in the bottom lane, and Corey now taking a lot of damage. That Visage now coming back to lane. And the Venomancer dying at the same time. Venomancer... Oh boy, I just missed 2 kills there. Too early in the morning, boys. Corey getting up some farm as quickly as he can, and yeah, so 1 for 1 on this bottom lane thus far. The Visage for that Venomancer. And certainly high contested in that point. My shield now up on Corey as well as a magic 6, so looking to be very effective in this early laning phase as he doesn't want to fall behind too much. As the sooner he gets that battle fury up, the better. The sooner he'll be able to just start flash farming in his own woods. Of course, we gotta talk about side lane Chrissy versus Eosin. Eosin played very well in the offlane last game, but this is a 1v1 matchup. It's gonna be a bit more. Have to play a little bit differently in this kind of situation. As you really don't want the Prophet to get too much farm as well. Should he get that early Midas Certainly it's a dangerous situation. Gonna get that early Necro 3 probably as well and start solo pushing down some towers at like the 20-minute mark when this team fights start breaking out. But really what we're gonna see, I think, in the end, is some Magnus RP into a great Mana Void by any mage. RY now going to be in trouble from haste, from Blitz popping. And Blitz going to make it, run it out of there. And misses the charge, but EoT RY going to fall here from one last right click from Blitz. So Blitz getting that kill with the haste. And going to bring himself a clarity now as well. Actions, of course, going to be in this tri-lane. Popping the clarity. Going to Furious Bottle back now as well. And Corey actually last hitting very well for the fact this is a tri-lane. Ahead of Jumong by a substantial margin. And yeah, let's take a look at the last hits, I guess. So Chris in the lead as she is in a 1v1 lane this time, not that tri-lane that she had to face against the last time. Really getting that safe lane and just gonna farm it up as Prophets usually do. And then second place we have Corey, of course, tied with Blitz in the mid lane. So Corey farming it very well for, of course, being the tri-lane again. I just want to reiterate that it is a very tough task, especially against the lineup EoT have. Should he get caught out, he's certainly dead. Or be in the wrong position, he's certainly dead. But Invoker also tied up with Corey, so mid lane turning evenly, and other than that, but the big discrepancy really is Yosin versus Chrissy. Chrissy is very much ahead in that regard, 18-5. So I'm not going too well for Yosin in this game. It was impressive last game when he could get that extra farm, or the extra levels and that kind of stuff early on, but at this point, like, you gotta contest that Prophet a bit more and make sure he doesn't get up that early Midas. Because once he does get that the Midas 31, it's really gonna be pretty difficult for him to shut him down. Once he gets level 6, so he could probably look for a kill. And it seems a rune was popped by somebody.
Denied.
Animation now working towards the treads, and I'm just gonna watch anti-mage farm peacefully. Blitz now getting his arcanes up. So well done by him. Has those shiny boots before the 6-minute mark. As Corey should be working towards, likely he's gonna finish off these shreds and then work towards the Battle Fury. Maybe may not even go for the Battle Fury possibly, because of the cleave on Blitz, but having to be by that Magnus at all times is maybe a pain for him in late game, so I doubt you just skip over the Battle Fury. He wouldn't do that. You always gotta go Battle Fury on any mage, right? And pops the ult. Yosin gets mighty low and indeed falls. As Chrissy keeps vision on him, and Zephyr, or Yosin rather, going down in the top lane. Again, the designated feeder of Zephyr at this point. As Chrissy gets further and further in the lead now. Now the top farmer in the entire game, gonna get that Midas now on top of the phase boots before the 8-minute mark, most likely. Yeah, otherwise,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
mid lane turning evenly, and Andy Mage doing work in this tri lane. Now has his treads up. May see that Battle Fury next. Maybe. Wolfstrigos has his next item. And in the meantime, RY gonna teleport top and look for the free kill on Eosin as he just dishes him out in the early game. And Corey gets some extra money from these wards. Blitz harassing down RY in the mid lane. Blitz getting mighty low, however. And now is level 8 that has the RP as well as a bunch of other stuff. And let's see if Corey picks the ring health in the side shop here. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't, so I mean. But indeed he does, so it is a Battle Fury, likely for Corey here. Now Blitz and Eosin looking for a hook. No hook. Let's get some extra money from those Forge Spirits. And now Corey gonna be farming up safely after that, I'm not gonna say failed trialing for EoT, but they did win the trialing in my opinion, as they got more kills. That's what matters in the end. They do have more experience on their heroes coming out of it, but not really being able to shut down Corey at all. Corey just being able to really get a substantial amount of farm with not just disregarding the tri-lane. So well done by him. Now sitting at 50 last hits, matching that of Chrissy, I would assume. A little bit behind Chrissy, but Chrissy, of course, was only contested by the Clockwork. And now Jumon going to try and get some far up on himself and start working towards those late game items as he realizes, hey, if I don't do something now, that enemy mage will certainly destroy me in the mid to late game. As he certainly will. And yeah. Both teams farming up nicely now. Already getting close to that press appearance at this point. Eosin hasn't rotated for a gank just yet, but does have the hook available anytime he wants. Once again, also having that RP as well. Persian meantime smoked up, maybe looking for a kill here. Hiccups. And Purge now rotating in, Frostbite up onto RY. And RP being cancelled by RY, and Blitz gonna make it out, it seems. Purge, however, not so lucky, runs the wrong way and dies. Region picked up on Blitz, however, so it's like that fight never really happened. So Purge trading for the Invoker is certainly worth it. Perseverance now up on Corey, and Clockwork in the meantime dies again top. See him ate an arrow from Mirana and just died afterwards. And Corey going over towards the battlefield now. And Chris going to be working towards the Shadow Blade, it seems. Probably wants a Shadow Blade Hex for that good initiation on the anti-mage, so anti-mage can't just blink away whenever he sees danger, just gets hexed up instantly. These anti-mage ganks can be very, very important in later portions of the game, much like you have to shut down and then you just profit once he starts split pushing. You're to do it more so with the anti-mages. You can push a lot more, much more faster. And yeah, 3 to 4 right now. Zephyr down 1 kill. Eosin being attributed, however, with all but one of those Zephyr deaths. No, all but 2. And hooking from Eosin now on the mid lane. RY gonna be safe, however, as Eosin not able to do too much. Blitz being too low there. And Invoker picking up the 11-man Midas. Still a bit of a lead timing from that, but I assume just want to take this late game, see if they can contest the anti-mage, if they can contest the anti-mage. As Corey is now getting free farm. Blitz now has his blink, so I'm going to head back to base and maybe look for a big RP onto somebody. Get that free kill from that blink, as Bambo now top with 4 EoT players coming in for the rotation. Could be looking for the push here, but Zephyr again. Blitz does have his blink, and lots of you are just going to be able to teleport in and do lots of work. But spotted out, I believe, by Bambo with the familiars, so. Just summoning those familiars, I believe, and just lost both of them, so not what you want. Now Purge. Let's see if Blitz rotates in, but this tower getting some pressure, and they're going to be eaten by a creep. Clockwork rotating in now. Tower is slowly falling from the summons. And let's just fighting out with RY in the mid lane as an anti-mage farms the bottom. And has the claymore, so I believe just needs the broadsword and be all good to go. So another 1400 gold there for him. And Blitz has no TP on him, on his person at least. Tower denied by Zephyr, so good on them. And EoT now looking to be in a bit of trouble again. Starfall. Clockwork falls from the last couple right clicks. Actually, no, from the second Starfall. Bambo now gonna fall to Chrissy, and double kill for Chrissy there. So Zephyr not taking a fight they wanted. Clean up from behind by the Prophet is the Crystal Maiden and the Visage. So Blitz are rotating in late now. I'm not sure what he can do by himself. He's just probably gonna walk away. Could have certainly walked in early and maybe gotten a couple kills, but no can do. Is Corey gonna get like what seems to be a probably a 16-minute Battle Fury, which is pretty good considering he was in a tri-lane and was contested very early on. But gonna rotate towards the top lane now as he sees the Rubik and the Invoker coming towards him. But Mirana will pop, so could be in a bit of trouble here. Could eat this arrow and be done for. And just take a couple right clicks, and both sides gonna back away. For now, this bottom tower gonna be pushed in by EoT. Tower slowly falling, and I assume Zephyr just here just doesn't want to lose 3 heroes again on the retreat. And EoT gonna hook back in, but essentially give himself the enemy team as a kill on a silver platter. So 0 for 4 now is EoT, not doing too well. Not really what you want, but Ultimate up now on Chrissy as Andy Mage finishes his Battle Fury. The farming begins. How quickly can he get that Manta style? At what time will it become? 3 AM. And Zephyr will be able to start turning things around. But really just a lot of uninvolvement from there's been any team fights out of Zephyr just yet. I mean, with any mage, you really want to play that 4 Protect 1 strat until he gets about to the 30-minute mark and has a bit of farm on him, has the Manta style maybe, as well as the Battle Fury on top of another item, a Butterfly, a Heart maybe, probably a Heart, as he will need to be taking up a lot of damage this game. And yeah. EoT dodging the arrow. As the push comes out now on mid, Blitz, however, says, no, this is my lane. I've been in this lane the entire part of this game, and I don't want you to take my tower. He's going to do what he can, but these wards and the summons from EoT are going to prove to be too much very quickly. As Corey cast, as well as Chrissy here. As soon as he sees cast, just blinks away. Doesn't want to deal with that. Things I don't want to put up with today, the Rubik in my jungle. As well as the Prophet. Prophet, of course, again has that ultimate orb. And this push mid now. Lots of wards. Nothing they can really do about it. And no deny coming in from Zephyr, just unable to get it. And really, sure if we look at gold graph after, we see if this Mirana dies or not. What the story of the game is so far. So EoT in the lead, very much in the gold department, up 3 towers compared to Zephyr's 0 towers taken thus far. And EoT also up in the experience department, up 5,000 experience, 3 to 8 right now. And now Zephyr looks to take a tower top, as they do have the superior team fight, as they certainly can. Close up now on the blitz. And Corey.
Boom, there it goes.
And Zephyr gonna chill in this top lane as both teams are here. And of course he pushes in the bottom. However, they will have to fight into all these Venomancer wards.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
Magnus is
attack.
going to teleport back, and Mage is going to teleport back, and Chrissy going to eat a lot of damage from Blitz. And now dust it up, Eosin, Hook, Battery Assault, and falls. So a 3-man teleport for that kill onto Chrissy, but certainly worth it, I guess, for Zephyr, as they do want the profit to have little no impact as much as. And now Cass gonna chase the anti-mage, stealing the blink, so certainly can do so. And blink's just really an easy spell to steal. I mean, when you're playing against a Rubik as an anti-mage, you're just gonna be irritated the entire game because you're just gonna have the blink no matter what. Because I mean, the Mana Void, when do you cast that really? Just during team fights, and you know it's not what you want. But mid tower denied by RY there, getting too low and fortified by EoT. So Corey now picking up the Vlads. So no Manta for him just yet. Gonna go for the Vlads instead for the time being. Certainly gonna help him be much more potent in the early game.
Radiant's middle tower
I guess that's what you want at this point because you don't want EoT pushing down too many towers. You want to be effective sooner rather than later.
Boom, there it goes.
And Bambo gonna be a bunch of trouble here. He throws the medallion out on Chrissy just to end himself a bit faster. And Corey now finishing up the Vlads, however. Gonna make it out? Yeah, just barely. There's a cast not be able to get that last blink off in the lift to break the teleport out. And Chrissy likely to work towards that Hex, of course, to shut down the anti-mage. It's really what you need against an anti-mage. As they have no stuns really aside from the Mirana arrow. Jamal now takes some harass from Corey.
Denied.
And the pusher's coming up bottom from EoT on this bottom lane now. As the familiar is pushing the mid lane, and Corey as well as Blitz look to push in the top. See who comes up and maybe get a kill on him. Nope, just gonna blink away. So too spooked.
Dire's top tower is under
As the Roshan is now gonna be taken down by EoT, but as you see no reaction from EoT, Zephyr gonna take this top tower. Empower now up on the anti-mage, and look how hard he hits for right now. Nearly 200 damage in 20 minutes of the game is pretty crazy, and also has what, the stacking cleave. So 40% cleave on top of the 35% cleave of the Battle Fury. So 75% cleave damage is pretty crazy on top of damage increase, all that kind of stuff. The Roshan slowly falling here to EoT. Taking them quite a while to do this.
is under attack.
We're going down from Bambo there. And beating both familiars now.
Radiant's middle tower is
And we're trying to fall. Mirana picks it up, and anti-mage getting 2 towers there. So certainly worth the trade, it seems, for Zephyr, as they are getting a lot more gold, just no ages and no experience from the Roshan. But Corey gonna be a force you have to really struggle to fight, as he does have the empower now from the Magnus. 75% cleave on top of the additional damage. Gonna be able to take the stack very easily. Oh, jeez, just watch it melt. Ugh. Looking towards the Manta style now. What is team farming in the woods? Hey, team, get out of my woods. I need to farm. And, Zephyr really evening up the tower advantage right now, but still going to be behind in gold and experience. Really haven't taken any fights, no kills, really. Just that one kill onto Bamba was the last one. That was quite a while ago now at this point. So we're going to see some non-confrontal Dota here from both sides. No confrontation for the time being. Just both teams going to farm up and hope they can split push their way to victory. But EoT is smoking up and rotating towards this bottom lane. We need to want to get a kill on the anti-mage. And Chris, you know, I think finished up. Yes, did indeed finish up the Hex. Corey's going to farm. So they do have their anti-mage initiation now. Should Chrissy get the Shadowblade off onto the Hex for anti-mage, anti-mage will surely be dead. Should he have the rest of his team behind him. Cast now picking up a blink as well, so multiforms initiation. Pyong moving towards likely a Veil and Invoker. Has the Force Staff. Don't know who's going to build next. Anti-mage just getting closing towards that Yasha now. It needs another 250 gold now. Anti will of course have it. As the push comes out from the bottom lane again onto from EoT. As Zephyr looked to push out either side. Corey taking a bunch of Ras from Jumong. Should he? No, the arrow's already expended, so. I would say should he eat one, he'd likely be dead, but. Zoom already hit him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Blitz gonna be farming up as well. Has BKB as well as the blink. And teleporting now in this bottom lane. And EoT likely don't want to engage it now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mage now has the Mental Style and you can start to look to fight, I guess. As the tower is slowly being poked on by these Venomancer wards. As well as the summons from the Invoker. And denied by Corey. And yeah. So both teams really not engaging there even. Usually just throwing summons at it while Zephyr sits behind the tower and make sure they get to deny. Meanwhile, Magnus picks up the gem. So yeah. Very, very exciting game so far. I'm literally on the edge of my seat. The enemy is just farming so fast. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to look for this bottom tower now, it seems. No, playing it very safe and link in the trees instead. What do you mean? What can enemies really do if the entire enemy team is just going to spend their time making sure it doesn't get these towers? Like, are Blitz and company going to like try and push down towers or what? Like at this point, it's really any mage making space for his team and making sure the enemy team it doesn't manage to kill him in the meantime. But we'll see what he picks up next. Likely a heart, so he's just a bit more survivable. But we're now working towards the Aghanim slowly. Picks up the Order Club, of course, first. And the point booster. Bring himself the point booster first. And the Aegis is going to run out soon. That is on Jumong on the Mirana. So we can see on that. In the meantime, Chrissy teleporting into Blitz. Blitz tower just going to charge away. And we may see a bit of a skirmish here. As Corey's now chasing down Prophet just going to walk away. So EoT doesn't want to engage themselves. Zephyr seemed to be wanting to take a fight here, but the hook from Corey or Eos really did not hit. So nothing comes to fruition out of that. And the push going to come out bottom lane from Jumong as well as Chrissy. Chris are just going to actually farm up in the woods rather. The much safer option. And that's what you want here. Safe Dota. These are the winter finals. You don't want to lose here. No, 2.8k gold on Corey. And actually go straight for that BKB instead. It's no heart. BKB working out just as well, however, can make sure he doesn't get hexed, all that kind of neat stuff. And they're just going to be hopping from lane to lane to lane at this point. We'll have the BKB in probably another 300-ish gold. And Zephyr going to stack here for the anti-mage, one would assume. Corey's now farming like a madman, nearly 300 last hits, and let's just take a look at the last hit chart. Nearly 100 CS last hits ahead of the Prophet. I'm sure in terms of net worth as well. Yep, ahead by 2k. Now has his BKB. So it's still sitting on 4 to 9 here. BKB not on Corey yet. Opting to keep the Quelling Blade rather than TP, so that's certainly interesting. Whatever about that. I'm not 100% sure about that call, but whatever. They'll hex up on the Invoker as well, so double hex up for EoT. And Prophet working towards the Desolate can be the right clicker for EoT, as Marana only has a Yasha at this point. Venomancer has the Veil working towards a Mechanism now, and Rubik has the Blink, nothing much else. And yeah. Both teams are working towards a Force Staff now, maybe even a Necro. And the gold graph is now flat, as the anti-mage is farming. No leeway given to either side. And Zephyr slowly gaining experience lead as their supports and their mid continue to gather some more farm. As a 4-man push on the bottom lane comes out. Let's see what kind of reaction comes out of Zephyr in this situation. I'm sure they must have noticed now that Invoker has a Hex because they've seen the wards, but RY going to rotate back and lane look for the Initiate here onto the Anti-Mage. Not going to be able to find it though, just blinks away. I'm going to go head back towards the mid lane. Why is there a red creep charging the wrong direction? That sure is pretty strange. Yeah, probably just a glitch there. Corey already buying the BKB, now up to another 2200 gold, so let's see what he builds next. Here in game 2 of Zephyr versus EoT Hammer. Action-packed, fun-filled, great game thus far. And Purge going to be blown up by this anime, or this Prophet rather. And Corey's going to nuke him down as Magnus does have that gem. So, and now Corey jumps into 3 here. Corey going to be in a bit of trouble. Going to pot the BKB and try to turn it likely. And indeed he does. Going to hop onto Pyong, but it feels a bit too low to actually do anything. Does have all that mag damage coming out onto him, so just going to be the 1-for-1 there. So should Corey have a little bit more survivability, he will be able to take more fights. So once he gets that heart up, if you're building a heart, please build the heart. Please. We will see some more action out of him. Already zoomed in there for a second. And yeah, I don't even think the ERP was expended. No, we haven't really seen any ERPs at all from Blitz here. So I guess once he gets a good one off, it'll be a sight to see, and Zephyr will certainly win a fight. As Corey continues to look for this bottom tower, as he has done multiple times. Finally starting to feel comfortable and maybe going to take it out. But ROI come in with the Invisirune and cast. Gonna blink in, lift, and now Hex from RY. Now Hex from Chrissy gonna be up next. BKB gonna be not available. So both Hex is spent there, as well as a lift from Cast to get the kill onto the anti-mage. Change is what you need. But anti-mage flying too quickly there. Definitely has the buyback though, so no big deal. If he needs to go back, he will. But Roshan gonna go down here for the second time, and now Zephyr may want to contest, but their anti-mage down, they probably can't do so. So just gonna back off and farm. Let's just watch the Roshan fall here. As Jumong picks up once again. Jumong again, the carry for EoT, not the Prophet. Prophet is just the pusher, that kind of person. Has the Slur now and the Shuttle Blade, however, with the Hex. And has his Midas off of cooldown. Shame on you, Chrissy. EoT gonna have to push the mid lane now. So Blitz gonna teleport in and look for a sick RP. As Hero comes out from Mirana. Gonna some Purge. Purge is like a Bracer, a couple more, like a Vit booster maybe even. As this mid tower is gonna fall. Yep. ATMH back up in 5, so EoT gonna fall back. 5 to 11 now is our score. If you take a look at the goal graph, going EoT's here once again as the anti-mage is dead, and they did get that tower, and experience was turning very much in the way of Zephyr, but Zephyr losing that edge and dropping it back into EoT's favor. And the anti-mage up once again. We're just gonna watch him farm a bit. Ooh. Another ultimate orb. Is he build the Lincolns? Please don't build the Lincolns. Farming Simulator 2014. I would not do well in like a 6.77 Chinese game. That'd just be hell for me, I guess. I guess I'm trying to work on that though. I mean, there's a lot of dead space in games like this where both teams just really just sit back and farm up and like, oh, this team's gonna try and gank there and that team's gonna gank over here and oh boy, what's gonna happen, guys? But looks like we may have an engagement mid actually now. As that arrow from Jumong gonna miss. And yeah. Clockwork has the 4 staff. Corey still no extra things on him. Did pick up an ultimate orb, however. Just please don't build Lincolns with that ultimate orb. Does he do? He does so much damage. And Magnus now with the 4 staff as well. Bambo with the Aghanims. Purge was really nothing to speak of. And both teams gonna back off. EoT gonna defend that mid tower once again. They really don't want to lose this bottom tower. I said mid, but I mean bottom. Maybe look to take a fight here in the woods. Look for the anti-mage. But there are 4 behind him, so this is a literal 4 protect 1 strat. They're a bit far behind him though, so Corey could be in a bit of trouble. Corey now. Oh boy. Should EoT have chosen to engage right at that second. They may have certainly gotten a kill on the anti-mage. But 4 of EoT smoked up, and they're going to push in now with the Mirana all popped. Not going to find anyone though. It's also going to come up on Jumong though. 4 staff being worked on by Byung, or Cast rather. Byung sitting that mech now, and Invoker 4.2k gold in the bank, and mid push coming out for Zephyr. Has the Lincolns.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has
Middle tower
fallen.
goes down with ease there. As he did with Lincolns. Build the Lincolns. Curse you, Corey. I trusted you not to build a... item like that on anti-mage. I'd like to go for the boots of travel next, and then probably replace that Vlad with something else, as there really are no carries to contest him in that manner. So like he doesn't need lifesteal for like a 1v1 duel. It's nice though. I mean, why not have it? So EoT gonna push the mid lane as Zephyr pushes the top lane. It's like checkers. I was gonna say chess, but moves aren't too precise just for it to be compared with chess yet. Oh, big RP from Blitz here. No, just picking up Jumong and Jumong only. Age is now Pop Young, could be in a bit of trouble here. Anti-mage is going to tear him apart with the illusions, and Mana Void, he is indeed dead. Now Mirana could be in a bit of trouble here. But again, no focus stuns from Zephyr. However, Yusun gets a hook onto Jumong. Jumong now. RP from Cast actually, so Cast seeing that RP now taking down the Clockwork. Even with the BKB on the anti-mage. Again, RP goes through that purge. Eating a lot of damage there. Creep saving him, however. So a 2-for-1 technically for Zephyr there. They did pop the Aegis on Mirana as well as kill the Venomancer, but EoT look to push mid now. Corey's like, oh, I need to heal up. I can't take this fight otherwise. And of course, the BKB is down on him, so
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
top tower gonna go down in the meantime. Rotation up from Chrissy and RY. Will they fight through that backdoor protection? And wow, that was a
Radiant's are fortified.
charge by Blitz. Now Blitz in a bit of trouble.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
goes down. Jump on the ground now. However, Dust from Bambo cleans him up. Gem picked up by Eosin. Eosin still working towards that Aghanim. So a 1-for-1 here. Blitz going down to the Nature's Prophet.
Radiant's bottom
Getting the
tower
Prophet kill
is
though,
under
very
attack.
important as Prophet seems to be going for a Daedalus now. Or a MKB. We'll wait and see on that. Probably the crit that would be the cheeky thing to do as a Prophet, just get crit. And Corey now looking for a kill onto the Ron of Jumong, and has the Greater Basher, so gonna be looking towards, or has a Basher, gonna be looking towards the Greater Basher rather, and gonna find a Haste Rune. Gonna be another 1800 gold from that, so once he gets that Basher, it'll be helping out Zephyr a lot. They'll have some lockdown outside of the Crystal Maiden and the Clockwork can get shut down oh so very easily by EoT right now, as they do have very low hit points and will be torn apart by the Desolators of Mirana and the Prophet. And let's see if Corey just goes for this top tower like straight up. And in the meantime, actually, just the familiars up here. As the push comes out top from EoT, now I'm going to try and take this top tier 2. But we're not going to try and contest that tier 1, it seems.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And tower goes down. Corey gonna now go for the tier 1 bottom. So again, there's no backdoor region on these tier 1 towers. EoT not gonna rotate for this time. He's gonna go straight for the mid tower. He's taking a lot of damage very quickly. And arrow hitting onto Purge. So his tower likely to fall here. Indeed it does.
Top tower has fallen.
Now the Rax are next. Zephyr just not engaging with this just yet. And RP from Cass actually catching 3 of Zephyr. All 3 going down. Oh boy, this is game over unless Corey can do something. Now Corey actually going onto the Invoker as well as the Prophet. Prophet and Invoker going down. Both buying back. Kirsty's gonna go down for a second time now actually. So Corey being the savior here for Zephyr. Team nearly getting wiped there and just being able to turn it around. I do believe Crystal Maiden bought back there. I'm not 100% sure though. This Rack's only gonna go down now. And Jumong. Rack's gonna fall to the creeps, to the treants, and now Corey hexed up. Corey, not gonna fall. Arrow coming out from Rana, gonna miss, and Bambo, Bambo Purge actually gonna fall here. To the Venomancer. And way back here, so died from certainly the poison sting, I'd assume. And Chrissy now back alive. Actually, no, didn't die for the second time, I forgot, so. Not back alive, rather alive still. Gonna push out the bottom lane now. So Zephyr losing racks from that great RP from Cass, so. Cass doing work. But he now has Blink, so no more big RPs out of him. Actually has done more work with the RP than Blitz has this game, which is kind of depressing, I guess, especially if you're Blitz. But Boots traveling off on Blitz with a Blink Dagger, Force Staff, BKB. Now ROI. Oh, no. I think they know ROI's here. Indeed they do. Blitz gonna fall very quickly. And Chrissy going down there as Corey's gonna get a lot of damage from this EoT team, and gonna make it out alive. However, has the greater basher now, the abyssal up on him, and it's gonna be a fight around the Roshan pits. Let's see what Zephyr can do here. They have no RP as Blitz is dead. Now Corey looking to get a couple kills, but hexed up now. He's gonna be in trouble, but the familiar stuns from Bambo gonna save him, and Eosin gonna kill on Venomancer with the ultimate. And now Corey gonna eat a tornado. Still gonna be fine over with the spell shield. And Roshan certainly gonna go down here. Corey gonna sell his boots for it, maybe? I don't know. Let's see what he does. And no, it's just going to Eosin. Meteor drop from ROI, and EoT is going to back off. Roshan never going in Zephyr's favor, so it's certainly good for Zephyr. Not in the anti-mage though, so I mean, Clockwork just as good for the time being. Probably Blitz was there, would have given it to Blitz, but again, Blitz had fallen and was not able to get up. And bottom lane now pushed in. There is a ward now at the Radiant Ancients, so EoT could be looking for a killer eventually on the anti-mage. And I do believe that gem that Blitz had is now on the Invoker, as nobody from... No, Purge might have picked it up. Purge probably picked it up. And this broker just has it. But Blitz looking to be caught out here again by Cast as well as RY. And Prophet working towards his next item. Still has the Demon's Edge. Or Demon Edge, rather, not demons. And arrow. Gonna hit onto Purge. Purge is soaking up these arrows this game. Gonna fall here. Gem gonna drop as well. Looks like we're gonna pick it back up. And Eosin hooks onto a bird. So now it is 5 down here for Zephyr. Bam, we're gonna be in trouble. Blitz now. Oh, it's 2-man RP, and now Blitz gonna be blown up, and RP from Cast now casted. So Corey gonna be stunned up here, and all goes out onto the Venomancer, but 2 dropping thus far for EoT, and now Clockwork dropping, gonna be revived any second now. Any mage, however, falling very, very low. Will die here for sure. Indeed he does. Does clean up the Rubik, however, with the illusions, and Eosin gonna fall next. And this game, seemingly an EoT server, as it is just the enemy mage up right now. And EoT gonna push in this bottom lane now. So Cass doing work again. Cass being the savior of that fight for EoT. Sending RP from Blitz, and Blitz, of course, being RP in return and falling pretty much afterwards after the Meteor Deafening Blast combo from the Invoker. And the tree from Chrissy. Now Chrissy gonna fall for sure. Oh, funny noises. Chrissy gonna make it alive? RY, however, they have no vision. Zephyr would have had a triple kill there had they had vision. And just no go, it seems. Not really well done by them. No dust, no nothing. Massage not picking up a gem, and Venomance for picking up the Necro. And as Corey farms up without being able to have gold, so the buyback penalty, he's probably just going to try and push the lanes as much as he can. And yeah, very long game. It's starting to pick up finally with a couple kills, couple team fights. But looking at the goal graph, EoT, it's been wavering a bit, but in their favor now. Experience very much in their favor now as well. So EoT starting to run away with this game. Being able to shut down the anti-mage with the double hex, with all the lockdown they have as well, so the Rubik and the arrows, all that kind of nice stuff. Yeah, just Zephyr not being able to, you know, hang on here, even with the anti-mage. Probably put too much faith in the anti-mage and just not enough RPs from Blitz, really. I mean, he's gotten 2, 3 off. Only catching a couple people each time, though, so I mean, really need to see more work out of him this game. But Yosin, 0.75, so working towards that Blade Mill, I would assume. Now Zephyr going towards the bottom lane once again. But a cast, nothing on him. Actually, remember, he did die in the last fight, so. Or Jumong now? Or Corey, rather. Almost tucked that there. Chrissy ever gonna caught out. It's Chrissy falls instantly, buys back instantly. And was debating teleporting in, I would assume, but nothing there. Top lane's now gonna push in for EoT. And now Chrissy. What are you doing here, Chrissy? No, it's not what you want. And Corey gonna start eating damage left and right as EoT starts falling back, just retreating. And lots of creeps in the Radiant base. So we're gonna have her push the bottom lane. Alright, Chris here, just teleport to the Radiant base at this point and see what I can get, what damage I get done with the tier 4 towers. There's a huge creep wave is pushing him in now, 2 siege creeps and just a whole bunch of stuff. Zephyr may be taking too long with this bottom lane push just for the tier 2 tower. Gonna lose a lot for it. And now Chrissy teleporting in, so Chrissy gonna get some damage done on this tier 3. As Zephyr, no TP reaction from them yet. Chrissy can really turn around if she wanted to. And now TP reactions coming out from the anti-mage as well as the Magnus. Tier 4 tower goes down, however. Be a little bit more gold in the pockets of EoT.
And this game just keeps on going on. Going on and on and on.
And yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna look at buyback status now. Image sitting on 5k gold though, so and as far as buyback goes, anti-mage doesn't have it for another minute and a half, so just doesn't want to die during that time. It has enough money though to certainly buy back at this point. And Rana has buyback, but Volker has buyback, Rubik has buyback, but no one really on the side of the Radiant has buyback yet. Just Corey, who's on a timer. Take a look at net worth. We have anti-mage very, very much on top, followed by Chrissy, but then 3 dire heroes very close to that 20,000 mark. So really just showing that even if you put all your worth on one hero, it's not going to do too much for you. I really think these sort of tri-core lineups are the way to go. You can't play 4 Protect 1 too much anymore. But who am I to say anything, as I am just a measly caster. And the rotation now from Zephyr on this bottom lane again, pushed at the top, but look at this huge creep wave pushed down middle once again. I like when it gets late in this game. This creep wave just gets so big, you farm so much gold so fast. Let's take down that graph and look at the gold graph. Everything's still in favor of EoT, pretty much. Yeah, this tower. Oh, EMP tornado combo out of the invoker, and it's gonna get some damage on quite a bit of people. Looking from Yosin, as it seems Zephyr was trying to back. RP from Blitz catching just Pyong, and I believe not stolen just yet. 8-second cooldown on the steal. Blitz, however, meteor up indeed falls, and Corey getting the kill on the invoker. Venomous are also following that fight. Blitz buying back in the meantime. Like, I'm just gonna look to defend here, and I got a kill on the Clockwork with a Sunstrike, I would assume. No, not even with the Sunstrike. And now our Corey gonna look for the chase, but nothing there to be found. And Chrissy's on the back lines. Sunstrike missing out of I don't know why. Oh boy, Chrissy hexing up Corey. Corey gonna fall there. Yes, indeed he does. Instant buyback from Corey. So the rest of Zephyr can back off, and Anti-Mage is gonna buy a new BKB. Pamo has double gem, by the way. One for each eye. And drops one, but gonna put it on the courier. And 6 slots just isn't enough for Corey this game. But of course does have the new BKB. Oh, nearly 700 last hits on Corey. It's a shame that Zephyr really isn't pulling ahead in this one with that kind of farm. But both tier 3 towers now, so all racks exposed for Zephyr. EoT just needs to find a good fight here, as if they do lose any fight, they will get a smattering of anti-mage all over the base, and all their racks disappear, as well as their ancient and their tier 4 towers, and just everything gone. Especially with the empower from Blitz. And now, I'm just gonna engage mid, maybe. We're really gonna scout Zephyr out, however, and Roshan not gonna be up for another 30 seconds now. As Chrissy pushes in the bottom lanes. Should Corey die at this point, before his 4-minute 20-second timer is up, this game's over, for sure. Zephyr just can't fight into EoT right now, with anyone but the anti-mage. Really, like, what we have to see is a Blitz catching as many people as he can with that RP, but this Roshan fight will be ability to do so, but Blitz and Zephyr are going to be too late. And no, not even going to bother engaging. So we look for one final push here from EoT. Or not, or they just farm up and continue to be a pain, but Chrissy actually still sitting on that demon edge, hasn't picked up anything else yet. Very interesting. Actually now picking up a Daedalus, as I mentioned earlier. And Invoker with Root to Travel, with the 4-staff Hex, still all the normal stuff. Cast now managing to pick up a 4-staff. Jumong has a Lincoln's as well as a Manta Desolator on top of that, probably going to get crit as well. And the big creep wave coming in top once again. These range racks falling pretty low. Corey now gonna charge up, but lots of EoT people right behind it. It being the creep wave. And Corey doesn't really want to engage for another 2 minutes and 30 seconds with that buyback up. And now 4 heroes on the side. Venomous are not getting more farm than Magnus, so Corey gonna dodge the arrow. Now Chrissy's gonna see if she can push in the mid lane. Push in the mid lane as Corey gonna clean up these treants. You get nearly 6k gold. And middle racks under attack. Chrissy gonna rotate in out, go for the range racks. And Corey gonna blink in and scare Chrissy away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's back and forth game of checkers here. And how many charges Blitz have in his BKB? Blitz still has a 10-second BKB at this point in the game, guys. He has not used his BKB once, it seems. Throughout this entire game, he's not used his BKB once. I don't know about that. And Yosin gets a hook onto RYR now, frostbitten up by Purge. Now, Pyong gonna be focused on by Corey, however, Corey gonna back off now, going back to that kill, and in the meantime, the mid racks gets killed by Chrissy. Chrissy going to town on those racks, but Invoker now dying in the mid lane. And Cast
Radiant structures are
gonna be in
fortified.
trouble. And Mirana hits the arrow onto Anti-Mage. And the Ancient actually being focused on by Chrissy now. Chrissy gonna go 1v1 versus Bambo. Bambo, of course, gonna lose this fight as Chrissy has so much farm. And Jimong versus Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage now dies. Core does not buy back for another 50 seconds now, so this is gonna be game if Chrissy can manage to do enough work. It is Bambo and Purge. That is it. Gonna see if they can take down Chrissy. Chrissy, the frostbitten up, indeed actually goes down, so Prophet not falling, but has the buyback. And now it seems as if Jumong mega creeps now as Jumong cleans up the last racks and sends the illusions towards the Ancient, and the Ancient now under attack. Zephyr not going to be able to win this one, it seems, as the Ancient falling slowly. Enemies down for another minute and 30 seconds out. Once the Prophet teleports back in, this Ancient's surely dead, and Jumong slowly falling and able to get the kill onto Visage, and GG comes out from Zephyr. So it's the very last minute there, Zephyr believing they were in the game, but just animation unable to carry hard enough, and they fought at the wrong time. Animation buyback and just everything went wrong for Zephyr there at the end of the game. Not able to get enough from the rest of his team is Corey with 783 last hits. It's just an insane amount of last hits on him. Jeez. But yeah, this has been a very long game. 59 minutes. 22-31 is the final kill score, and EoT coming up on top and tying the series up 1-1 with Zephyr. So yeah, this has been Frouwo. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the cast, subscribe, like, all that kind of neat stuff. If you didn't like it, I always appreciate constructive criticism. You can contact me via Twitch, via Twitter, via YouTube, all that nice stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in Game 3 of this Best of 5 series. And in the meantime, regardless, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.